It's Southern 100 Week in the Isle of Man, and that means road racing with some of the biggest names in the sport competing against each other on the 4.25 mile long Colas Billown circuit near Castletown in the south of the island. Coming up, it's a second day of racing following some stunning action just 24 hours earlier. Each year, some of the biggest names in road racing contest the Isle of Man Steam Packet Company's Southern 100. It's a mixture of superbike, superstock, supersport, super twin and Moto3 solo machines, plus sidecars. The circuit is 4.5 miles in length. It begins on the Castletown bypass, and from the start line it's a short blast to the first right-hand turn at Ballocagan. A quick exit is crucial to keep straight line speed high as the bikes power toward the tricky right at Iron Gate and through Ballonorris. That's followed by the bumpy approach to the Ballabeg hairpin. It's then on to the spectacular Billown dip. Speed is still ferociously high as they go on to the turn back toward Castletown, across four ways, followed by the chicane at Church Bends. It's then through Stadium to the final turn at Castletown Corner, where many a race has been won or lost. Finally, the checkered flag. The Billown circuit in the Isle of Man is the home of the Southern 100 road races. Less than 24 hours earlier, Jamie Coward appeared poised to take his first win of the week. That was until he crashed while leading the Super Twins race.
I slipped off at Church Bends on the Super Twin. I was leading the race by quite a way, which is a bit disappointing, but unfortunately the bike's not fit for racing. It's too damaged, got a few bumps and bruises and my knee's a little bit sore, but I'll just have a go and see what happens.
Overnight rain has left the track damp in parts, especially under the trees. Dominic Herbison says it's a suck-it-and-see situation.
It's just that hitty-missy conditions. You think, well, you're damned if you put a wet on, you'll just cook it and fry it, and then if you just have to take it steady on the dries. But it's going to be sketchy to begin with, but looking forward to it anyway.
The sun is out ahead of what should be a great day's racing at the Southern 100, beginning with the S&S Motors 600cc race. There's a space where Michael Dunlop should be on the front row. Row 2, Michael Evans, alongside him Rob Hodgson and Sam West. The Dean Harrison in pole position, looking for yet another win. He's been unbeatable so far. A cracking start from him, but is he going to be first up to Ballocagan? Perhaps not, because Michael Evans from row 2, like a rocket ship, into the lead. Michael Evans leads from Dean Harrison. Rob Hodgson just in behind Jamie Coward, sorry. So we're on board with Coward in third place. But Michael Evans, my goodness, what a start from him. Who would have predicted this? From row 2 of the grid, Sweeney with a good start. Sam West is up there as well. But we're back with the man in third place through Ballawhetstone, past Joey's Gate and on to Ballabeg. That is Jamie Coward. Conditions a little bit damp under the trees. You can still see a few little patches here and there. However, it's fairly bone dry around the circuit. He's setting the pace on this opening lap. 7 in all, that's just under 30 miles worth of racing. A little bit of movement from Hodgson's bike and already a gap opening up, and that's Sam West. Michael Sweeney back in 5th place, Rob Hodson in 4th. The adrenaline should have kicked in, the pain-killing adrenaline for Jamie Coward. This is his first time through Church Bends at speed since his crash last night. Doesn't seem to have affected him, does it? So Dean Harrison, 2nd place, but for how long? Michael Evans through Great Meadow. This will shock quite a few of the spectators around the 4¼ mile long Colas Billown circuit. But it is a breakaway group of 5. Sam West leading the group of the 2nd group. Michael Evans from Dean Harrison, Jamie Coward still in that 3rd place, but it's very tight. Touchdown corner, really crucial part of this circuit. Mess it up and you can lose heaps of time. You have to get it right. But Michael Evans setting a fantastic pace on this opening lap. Dean Harrison, you'd have to say, is the man to watch though. Unbeatable last night, and he looking to carry on, looking for what would be a hat-trick of victories. He won the 2 that he raced in last night. But Jamie Coward's also staying at Harrison's pace, and Coward just having a little look. He won't get past Harrison into Iron Gate. He's not close enough. But certainly practicing a possible future move, who knows? And even sometimes just to let the other rider know that they're there. Harrison's knee just kissing the top of the curb. See just on the outside of the track, those little damp patches, but with the sun out and the cloud seems to be travelling down the west side of the island. That's to the left of the screen as we're looking at it. To the right of the screen as we look, it's pretty clear, it's fairly blue all the way. Their lack of adhesion flags are out. That's just to say that there are a few little damp patches here and there. But certainly the lap times don't seem to be affected by damp patches. So across 4 ways for the 2nd time. Michael Evans not quite able to shake off Dean Harrison, and I would say certainly Harrison closer to Evans now than he has been since they lined up on the grid at the start of this race. Jamie Coward in 3rd, Sweeney in 4th, just losing perhaps a little bit of ground on the top 3. Hodson in 5th, sorry. So flat out down here from Church Bends through Great Meadow to Stadium Bend. A tricky little left-hander, sucks you in a little bit. Oh, is this? No, he's not close enough. He is. He certainly is. Harrison and Evans will have to yield no matter what. So Michael Evans perhaps has enjoyed his moment in the sun. Dean Harrison just on the brakes. So much confidence in his bike to make that move. So Harrison from Evans, Coward still 3rd. Coward now closing in on Evans. Dean Harrison, tyre temperatures up to speed, etc. now. Totally in the zone. In fact, he could even say that perhaps that opening lap, oh, that's what happens when you glance around. Michael Evans looks to see what was happening behind him, and now he can see for himself out in front because Jamie Coward has just slipped through to 2nd place at Iron Gate. So a few of the riders further back. Everywhere Dean Harrison goes, Jamie Coward follows. Has Jamie Coward a cunning plan? And Michael Evans, the early race leader, now possibly missing out on a podium position. Stephen Parsons bringing up the rear of that little trio. Coward again, just has a little look, but not close enough. Again, the word is relax. Here comes Jamie Coward, he's trying to draw up alongside. I don't think he's going to get close enough though. Certainly Jamie Coward is trying everything he can.
6-1.
As the last lap flag comes out. So 4¼ miles just to go for Dean Harrison. Jamie Coward, is he going to throw the dice? He's certainly close enough. He's certainly trying to gain some ground. maybe just force a small error, but you can see how much speed Harrison takes. It's funny, Dean Harrison came here for about 4 or 5 years. Oh, is this Coward now? He's not close enough. He's not close enough. Harrison just has that little bit more than Jamie Coward. Perhaps Coward is going to chance his arm at Ballabeg. Oh, Sweeney's through for third. Sweeney is through for third ahead of Evans. And Rod Hobson not out of the picture in 5th place. Now then, Jamie Coward, can he make this move stick down on Dean Harrison? He's not close enough, is he? Here he goes up the inside, but he doesn't. That's it. I can't see how he's going to find a big move at Castletown Corner. Dean Harrison has just got the legs, and it would take something extraordinary to beat Dean Harrison through Castletown Corner. Oh, and here comes Evans. He's going to try and reclaim 3rd place again, is he? No, not close enough, but he'll have another opportunity. Dean Harrison takes the checkered flag. It's another win at Billown. Jamie Coward, what a display from him. So Michael Sweeney just pips Michael Evans and Rob Hodson for 3rd place. Jamie Coward 0.2 of a second off the race winner, Dean Harrison.
Michael got off to a good start and he had inters in, I think, and it's a bit damp, so I was cautious the first few laps, sort of learn where they were, and then sort of pressed on from there.
Coming up next, it's the Superbikes. Three-time Southern 100 champion Michael Dunlop is back at Billown, having missed last year's event. He only decided back in March to return to the roads, and he arrives with his own 600cc machine and his Tyco BMW Superbike. Team boss Hector Neal is delighted to see his rider here.
Yes, it's good to be back, to tell you the truth. It's one of my favourite races in the island. It's the Southern 100. Back to Michael in the big bike, and we're nearly there with it. You know, those things came a wee bit late for us, and we're doing sort of what we can with them. But it was going well in practice there, and it went well last night in that race, so we got a good run today.
The sign to engage gear about to be raised ahead of the Island Aggregate Senior Race. Dean Harrison, Michael Dunlop and Jamie Coward on row 1 and about to launch themselves up the road, which they do. Harrison with a clean getaway. He's going to take them up to Ballachagan for the first time. We're on board with Rob Hodson mid-pack. In fact, he's gone backwards. I think he was on row 2 to start with. But here comes Harrison to lead them. We're on board now with Michael Sweeney. They tip into Ballachagan. Grey skies above, but the forecast for today is very good. It may look like it's going to rain. Hopefully that won't be the case. Irongate Harrison from Dunlop, from Evans. Sam West into a strong 4th place. Ryan Neen there in 6th place as well. But Michael Evans 3rd, chasing Dunlop and Harrison as they go down to Ballabeg for the very first time. 7 laps in all. That's just under 30 miles of racing. We're riding with Jamie Williams along Duck Street out of Ballabeg. Leaders into the dip and already pulling away. Evans in 3rd, Sam West is in 4th place. Here comes Dominic Herbertson. Down through the dip. The camera kind of levels it out. It really does drop away. Well, this is what the race fans have come to see. Michael Dunlop taking on Dean Harrison at the Southern 100. We've not seen much of Michael Dunlop so far. Michael Evans doing his best to stay in the hunt in 3rd place, but it looks like it's going to be a Harrison versus Dunlop duel. Plenty of battles going on further back. Dominic Herbertson looks like he's going to take a position. Indeed he does. They're coming up to complete the opening lap. Little bit of a slide from Dean Harrison, nice and controlled, foot off the peg. Oh, Michael Dunlop, massive high side. That's hurt, that has got to have hurt. Flags are out quickly, Marshall's reacting straight away. Michael Dunlop will crawl off the track. But just as they get on the power here, you can see the black mark as the rear suspension compresses, boom, up he goes into the air. Well, we were so much looking forward to seeing Dean Harrison and Michael Dunlop on the 1000cc machines. Michael Evans up into second place. Sam West is now third. So that looks like it will be Michael Dunlop out of the Southern 100 Championship race later as Ryan Neen goes through, does he? Takes a dab around cross four ways. I think he saved it, but that was a big move from Ryan Neen past Jamie Coward. So no overtaking under yellow flags. Along Great Meadow, Rob Hodson with a move. Is that Michael Sweeney? It is Michael Sweeney. He's just gone past. So he's got his move in before the yellow flags are waved at Castletown Corner. '64, Stephen McKnight, being followed by Jonathan Perry. Everyone slowing down. Fantastic, letting the marshals get on with their work. Well, Jamie Coward really is feeling the effects of that crash last night in the Super Twin race just up here at Church Bends. Started off strongly, but he slipped down the order. So he will be feeling the pain. Probably not as much pain as he did throwing away what looked like a race win. It is the fastest part of the course, the Great Meadow section. Here they come again, McKnight. Richard Charlton is there as well in amongst that pack. Michael Dunlop still receiving treatment. Oh, Ryan Neen! Michael Evans just holding on to second place. I thought for a moment there Ryan Neen was going to make a move. He may try his hand here into cross four ways. Oh, he has, around the outside. Getting, no, he's, yes, far too hot. Far too hot. And Ryan Neen just couldn't slow in time. Dean Harrison out on his own, out in front. He's missing all the drama behind him. So it is Evans second, Sam West third, Jamie Coward now in fourth again. Ryan Neen has thrown away what looked like a podium place. 44 is Rob Hodson. So Dean Harrison into Ballycagan once more. But this is where the action is as Sam West now goes past Michael Evans. Sam West up into second place. And powering away, Sam West may just gain some of that ground on the brakes. No, he doesn't. Jamie Coward is still very much in the picture in fourth place. Jamie Williams still in pursuit of Stephen McKnight as well. I think he may try his hand. Maybe not close enough to Ballycagan. There has been plenty of drama throughout this senior race. And there's more to come with the Superbikes and the Super Stock machines later for the Southern 100 Solo Championship. This is the man who has won it for the past 2 years. Now Jamie Coward, thoughts of a podium position. The adrenaline will be flowing through his body. Sam West, oh, Rob Hodson very much on Jamie Coward's tail. Less than 2 miles to go. Who will take second and third? Certainly Sam West is looking good. He's in second place, that's a gap back. But 3 in the fight. Oh, here we go. And Michael Evans, I don't know whether that was a gear change or he had the wrong gear coming out of Church Bends. But certainly Jamie Coward just flew past him. So Jamie Coward up in the third place, Rob Hodson looking to steal fourth. Dean Harrison, another victory at the Southern 100. Another dramatic race. So Jamie Coward takes third place ahead of Michael Evans. Sam West in second position. but Dean Harrison a very comfortable race winner.
Yeah, no, I am brilliant. Bike's working well. Just getting into the rhythm of things then. I saw Michael were close, so let's say he had a bit of a spill on the outside of the last turn. I hope he's okay, because he was there for quite a while down on the floor, that's all. So I hope he's all right. But no, it was good racing. It's not. I thought he wouldn't give us a bit of a run, have a good race for everybody to see, but bike's working good, so it's good.
Dean Harrison continued his winning run by making it win number 4 in the Betridges of Foxdale Car Sale 600cc race. Jamie Coward was once again a close second. The first racing of the year at Billown takes place in May at the Pre-TT Classic. Before there's any action on the Isle of Man TT course, the racing gets underway with the Blackford's Financial Services Pre-TT Classic on the Colas Billown course. A mixture of all types of machinery from yesteryear.
We have 250, 350 and the 500s. And then in the post-classic we have the 850 class and of course the sidecars.
Good and well chuffed. Been trying to do this since 2015.
There's a rich history of motorcycle manufacturers represented. Air Mackie, AJS, BSA, Matchless, Norton, along with Honda and Ducati, amongst others. Timeless style, along with racing pedigree, makes the Pre-TT Classic so special. The smells and sounds of well-turned-out machinery. The office equipment singles classic race is contested by a mixture of mainly 250 and 350cc machines.
And it was one of my favourite bikes on the road, and it still is. It's an absolutely beautiful bike.
The club to look after everyone equally, and the circuit is it's just fantastic. The whole event and the whole thing is just amazing.
The spectators enjoy it because they can walk around the paddock and meet the riders. They can wander everywhere. We discovered many years ago that it's easier to keep people in and control them than try and keep people out. We're very lucky. This is a great social event. It involves families, husbands, wives, mothers, fathers, and the kids. We race during the evening. They've got all day to enjoy the sunshine and the beautiful Isle of Man. So, yeah, this is great.
When the bikes fall silent and there's a break in the racing schedule, there's still plenty for people to see and do around the island. It's time to go sidecar racing at the Southern 100 road races in the Isle of Man. The machines have always been to the fore at the event and has attracted not only British champions, but world ones as well. Tim Reeves is partnered by Mark Wilkes, and he's back here again looking for a 5th Southern 100 sidecar championship title.
We were lucky enough to have a good ride last year and win it, so yeah, I've got to try and see if I can retain my crown, if you like. Yeah, it's all looking good. We were quite quick last night and bike seems to be behaving itself, so we're looking forward to it. Just the whole event's great, isn't it? Friendly, and it's just reminds me of when I first started racing. It's a bit relaxed, and yeah, everyone's pleased to see you and just look after you. So it's good. It's a pleasure to be here, and yeah, really looking forward to the races.
The sidecar competition is certainly tough. There are former Southern 100 champions looking to reclaim their crown. One of them is Conrad Harrison, who took the title back in 2014.
You still need your older blocks on grid to keep the grid competitive, you know what I mean, all the way down the field, because people like to see scraps all the way down the field, and you see a good scrap at the front, but if you see a scrap fighting for the final rostrum place, it gets the crowd going, doesn't it?
John Holden and Lee Kane were crowned Southern 100 champions 2 years ago. The draw of racing at Billown has also brought them back again, even if it's not the most conventional of circuits.
Here it's a bit stop-start, and you've really got to be on your money, and setting off together with other outfits and that, there's not a lot of room, and yeah, it's different, but it's real good, and when you've done well, you don't half feel alive.
The earlier Ace Hire sidecar race was a thriller from start to finish, with 4 outfits in contention for the win. Despite the best efforts of John Holden, he couldn't find his way onto the podium past either Alan or Pete Founds, while those two were both unable to stop Tim Reeves and Mark Wilkes from taking the checkered flag.
Perfect conditions ahead of the Darrell Blake Construction Sidecar Championship race, and if this one is half as good as the earlier sidecar race, then we're in for another treat. We're waiting to go, and Reeves pulls away, but that must be a jump start. Mark Wilkes taps him on the shoulder to let him know what's happened, and here come the rest of the field. He will be penalised. He's going slowly. Now, has he got a problem? Is that the reason why he's pulled off? No, he's going back up to speed again. My goodness. Well. It's the two Founds boys that lead going into Ballocagan. Peter Founds from Alan Founds, John Holden and Lee Kane in 3rd place. I'm astounded. I don't know what happened there with Tim Reeves. Sorry, it's not John Holden in there. Now going into 3rd place, or certainly thinking about going into 3rd place, ahead of Lee Crawford and Scott Hardy. Now this is Reeves and Wilkes with time to make up. However, they may still be hit with a time penalty for jumping the start. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see how that one works out. But Tim Reeves and Mark Wilkes, I think it's safe to say, have just thrown away the sidecar title that they won 12 months ago. John Holden and Lee Kane just missed out earlier today on a podium, and they're in 4th place right now. Cracking start for Lee Crawford and Scott Hardy. Oh, and Pete Founds and Alan Founds into cross 4 ways. We're riding with Conrad Harrison on the approach as the road rises up to Church Bends, and that's where we already find John Holden and Lee Kane. So then, keep an eye out for Tim Reeves and Mark Wilkes, and also look at this, 2 battles going on for 1st and 3rd place, and Alan Founds at Stadium Bends. Through he goes into 1st position. Meanwhile, John Holden's going to try his hand at Castown Corner. He's got him. John Holden and Lee Kane, can he turn in time? Yes, perfect. So Lee Crawford back to 4th. But Founds, oh my goodness, there's no room. Or is there? They're side by side, and certainly you would have to say Pete Founds has just got that little bit more pit speed. My goodness me. Have you ever seen the like? No, he's gone on. Yeah, I was just about to say I think he's too fast, and he's overshot at Ballocagan, Alan Founds. Well, more drama here as Lee Crawford now threatening to go past John Holden and Lee Kane, but he's going to have to pull in. So this is the moment. Far too quick at Ballocagan, and he had to carry on up the road, and that hands it over to Peter Founds. Well, where has John Holden come from? He's closed right in. John Holden has won this before. Pete Founds has never been Southern 100 champion. Conrad Harrison with Alan Founds for company. Jake Lowther in the chair. And here comes John Holden. He was 4th earlier on. He's now going up past Pete Founds for the lead of the race. He's got him. So John Holden, he's now leading. What a race this is. Our 3rd race leader. So it's John Holden and Lee Kane from Pete Founds and Jevon Walmsley. Lee Crawford and Scott Hardy some way back in 3rd place. Now, having gained the lead, can Holden and Kane hang on to it? Through Ballowetstone, past Joey's Gate, into Ballabeg. There'll be no moves on the approach into the hairpin. There's just not enough room. It's tight enough elsewhere. Oh! out of their hairpin. Meanwhile, Tim Reeves and Mark Wilkes making their way up, and I believe they have been given a 20-second penalty. I will have to have that confirmed. Now then, John Holden and Lee Kane coming up to cross four ways. That's a good opportunity for Founds to make a move. John Holden defending his line. Next opportunity is Great Meadow. That's after this chicane, the right-hand, left-hand turn at Church Bends. Now he needs good exit speed here as Lee Kane just takes to the air momentarily. And there's Alan Founds and Jake Lowther trying to make up lost ground. Crosstown corner, another good opportunity. Here comes Pete Founds up the inside, but can he turn it in time? John Holden has to hold off. Yes, perfect, a little bit of a slide. But now John Holden may just have that little bit of extra speed out of Castletown corner because Pete Founds was a little bit squirmy, if there is such a word. He certainly squirmed his way out of the turn, and I think that may have cost him, and John Holden and Lee Kane go past again. They take over at the front once more. And this is why sidecars are so popular at Billown and the Southern 100, and he's done it again. Pete Founds up the inside of John Holden. Certainly good speed this time. Into Iron Gate, John Holden not close enough for a move. I feel he would have to fancy him to just follow, and maybe cross four ways might be his next opportunity to take a position. Running out of time, of course. 16 Darren Hope and Lenny Bumfrey, with John Lowther and Rob Child behind them. So through the bomb hole they go. And that is it for Tim Reeves and Mark Wilkes. Penalties aside, jump starts aside. What a shame. No then, cross four ways hasn't happened for John Holden. Pete Founds never won here before. John Holden certainly has. He knows his way around Billown a lot more than Pete Founds. As Jevon Walmsley takes to the air. Here's Lee Crawford and Scott Hardy. Right now, it's all eyes on these two, and Pete Founds protecting his line, but John Holden looking for good exit speed if he can get it, and try once again to out-drag Peter Founds. I don't think he'll do it though. Here they go, checkered flag is out, it's close, it's close. It's Pete Founds, but only just, my goodness, what a race that was. And even though he was second, I think John Holden enjoyed that one as well. So Alan Founds recovering to take fourth behind Lee Crawford. John Holden second this time, but we have a new Southern 100 champion in Pete Founds.
Well, yeah, I wasn't going to let that go, not a chance. Yeah, John's brilliant, you know, he knows his way around, and sometimes it's good to sit behind him and watch what he does and work out where I can go a little bit quicker and where I'm going to get past him, you know, and you've got to pick your moments, haven't you?
Champagne time for the sidecars, and more about to be uncorked in the solo championship race. The sun is shining in the Isle of Man ahead of the Southern 100 Solo Championship race. And 1983 champ Brian Reid is treating fans to a piece of nostalgia.
Got the bike in 1983 and came here and won that famous race with Colin Law and set the first 100 mile an hour lap, and won a trophy that Crummy McCandless had put up for the first 100 mile an hour lap. So it was a great privilege, you know, and great to come back all these years later and relive it all.
It's the big one, it's the Hunts Motorcycles Solo Championship race. Dean Harrison starts in pole. He's looking for his third title, which will tie him with Jason Griffiths, Michael Dunlop and Joey Dunlop on the all-time winners list. Only Guy Martin with 4 and Ian Locker with 5 have won more. It's time to watch the lights. Dean Harrison looking for win number 24 at the Southern 100. Only Ian Locker with 32 and Joey Dunlop with 31 have won more. And it looks like the perfect start for the Silicon Engineering Racing man. We're on board with Michael Evans, who started so many races so well, but he finds himself back down in about 7th position. Rob Hodson into 2nd. Riding with Jamie Coward, who's had a mixed week. He's had some great results, still looking for a win, but still hurting from that off last night. So Dean Harrison leads. Hodson is there, so too is Ryan Neen. Dominic Herbertson with a good start. Sam West is in the picture. There's Michael Evans ahead of Michael Sweeney. Number 17 is Joe Ackroyd. But Dominic Herbertson still, he'd admit, learning his way around this circuit. A couple of wins in the Super Twins class, so it's been a good week for him at Billown so far. He'd like to top it off with a cracking result in this solo championship race. Rob Hodson's also been strong over 2 days of racing. Dean Harrison, though, very much the man to beat. Already Harrison threatening to pull away. No Michael Dunlop, he's been taken to Nobles Hospital following his earlier crash. It's believed that he's fractured his pelvis. Ryan Neen in 3rd, Dominic Herbertson 4th, Sam West is then 5th, Michael Evans 7th. 40 with Rhys Hardesty. So let's have another look at the start. On board with Dean Harrison. Just have a listen. So Dean Harrison continues to pull away out front, but it is, we'd have to say, all about who will take 2nd place. Right now, Rob Hodson just ahead of Ryan Neen. Ryan Neen trying to put that disappointment of the earlier senior race behind him when he overshot across 4 ways. We're riding with Jamie Coward, a little bit further back in the battle for 4th. So Hodson from Neen. Into Church Bends. Rob Hodson should still have 2nd place. Now then, what happened there? So Rob Hodson still holds 2nd position. No, he doesn't. Ryan Neen goes through, the foot goes out. I don't know whether Rob Hodson may have missed a gear or whatever, or just got the approach wrong to Church Bends. I think Ryan Neen may have had to take avoiding action, and that's what all the footwork was about on the approach to Great Meadow. As it is, Dean Harrison still leads, Ryan Neen in 2nd, Rob Hodson now down into 3rd place. So Ryan Neen from Rob Hodson. You can't see either of them catching Dean Harrison or making inroads into his lead. What a result this would be for Ryan Neen. We're riding with Michael Evans following Jamie Coward. A very, very fast run down to Iron Gate. Rhys Hardesty with Jonathan Perry on his tail. And now on board with Jamie Williams. That gap continues to increase. Dean Harrison looks nice and neat, totally in control. Such a spectacular part of the circuit, through the bomb hole. You often see bikes up on their rear wheel, their front end shaking around in the air. But it's nice and precise and measured from Dean Harrison, who is just improving year upon year. Spent the pre-season working out, working on his fitness, he's never done before. Oh, there's a little wobble from Perry. 15 on the back wheel was Nathan Harrison. Oh dear, Michael Evans pulls over across 4 ways. He's had a strong week at the Southern, but he's going to finish with a DNF. Jamie Coward and Sam West have closed right in on Rob Hodson and Ryan Neen. Getting that little bunch, Alan Brooks, bike 39. Dean Harrison into cross four ways. Gaining on what will be his 24th win at the Southern 100. Only Ian Locker and Joey Dunlop have won more. His third Southern 100 Solo Championship title. I think also, no, it's not. I was going to say the first rider to win 3 in a row, but Guy Martin certainly did that. Now then, who is going to be second and third on the podium? Ryan Neen, Rob Hodson, Sam West, Jamie Coward still in the picture, just about. He'd like to close in, but time is running out. Into Castletown corner. Dean Harrison. No slides this time. No need to push. It's Ryan Neen who's going to take second place by the looks of things. Rob Hodson is third, Sam West fourth, Jamie Coward is fifth. Michael Sweeney will lead Billown with a handful of podiums. He won't be getting one in this race though. Out of Iron Gate, Dean Harrison. Rob Hodson still chasing Ryan Neen. And Ryan Neen just needs to keep it together. Oh, Sam West threatening to take third. I would say at this stage in the race, Jamie Coward just too far behind. So Rhys Hardesty with Mark Parrott. Well, Ryan Neen on the back wheel. He really has been spectacular around this circuit. Jamie Coward will console himself, I think, with a top 5 finish. But here comes Neen, Hodson, Sam West in fourth. The gaps just look a little bit too big. Dean Harrison takes the applause. One more corner to go, a couple of acknowledgements. He's rewriting record books yet again at the Southern 100. Dean Harrison on the Silicon Engineering Kawasaki. Will we see a wheelie? Yes, we will. Dean Harrison, absolutely superb. Takes the win, but who will grab second and third? Well, Sam West has to settle for fourth ahead of Jamie Coward. Rob Hodson third behind Ryan Neen, and race winner, Southern 100 champion, Dean Harrison.
Great week this week, to fair for me and the whole team, to be honest. But no, it's been faultless. The bikes, the team, everything's good. It's what more I don't know what to say. To be honest, it's been a good week.
In the race to be crowned Metzler King of the Roads, Derek Shields still leads the way, but Michael Sweeney is now second, with Dean Harrison moving into fourth. And that's a wrap for the Southern 100 for 2019.